What's up, everyone? Welcome inside the WetzBets Show, powered by Her Hoop Stats, the show where we literally bet on women. I'm Calvin Wetzel here with my guy, Dano Mattia. Dano, what's up? How you doing?
Doing well, man. It's nice and cold in New York City. I was sweating though last night on that Iowa game, -3.5. But small slate today. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, definitely. And by the way, Dano just got married, so everyone give him a congratulatory shout out on Twitter. Dano, you're gonna put our Twitters up here, right? So
Yep.
people can go find us. Let's take a quick look at yesterday's bets before we dive into today's slate. We came up just shy of 6.5 units of winnings yesterday. I think the big thing was 3 1.5 unit plays on totals. We had 4 multi-unit plays or greater than 1 unit plays on over-unders the whole season before yesterday. But yesterday there were some really big time lines that were just way too high. So smashed a few of them, went 3-0 on those. Did get hooked on our 1.5 unit play on Gonzaga -16.5. Came into the fourth quarter with a 24-point lead and ended up winning by exactly 16. So that's betting. Sometimes it happens, but still came out ahead overall on the day.
Definitely. Yeah. I was watching the game while walking to a rec league game last night, and seeing the fourth quarter was absolutely tragic. I also had a unit on the team total of Santa Clara under 55.5, and I thought I was good going into the fourth, but yeah, that happens sometimes in these games.
Yeah, we've seen it a lot lately. Those backdoor covers where a team gets a big lead, lets their foot off the gas, they know they're going to win, and that other team gets just enough momentum going in that fourth quarter to cover, to hit the over. It's kind of frustrating sometimes, but really something you got to take into account when you're placing these bets. So let's look at today's slate. Small slate. It's a Tuesday. Obviously, Dano, what's your best bet on the board?
Yeah, so my favorite play, definitely Gardner Webb -3.5 at Presbyterian. To me, Gardner Webb just plays way faster than Presbyterian. They can put the ball in the hole. They rank 46th in points per game, 16th in terms of pace. Presbyterian plays slow, but sometimes they do show up against better teams. But I'm just not worried. I think Gardner Webb's kind of in a nice spot here. I was kind of leaning on the under just because of the way these two teams played before. I think the total ended at 60-50, so 110. But either way, I think I'm rolling with Gardner Webb towards the end of the season. I think teams are trying to really firm up before conference tournaments.
Yeah, and so we got this at 3.9 on the Her Hoop Stats model. Dano, for those who don't know, Dano has his own model, which uses some Her Hoop Stats data, but he plugs it all into his machine and spits out his own numbers. So what do you have this projected at, Dano?
I have Gardner Webb -5.5, but I feel like I'm mostly going with my heart and just what I've watched this year. If Gardner Webb gets up early, I think this one's done. They can really run up the score on a lot of teams, and I've been very fortunate with them when they don't let up on the gas, especially in the third and fourth quarter. It's just you hope it's one of those games where they are scoring and are ticking, but I feel with a number like 3.5, they should be able to get it done.
Yeah, and one thing that I love about these spreads from 2.5 to maybe 5.5 or so is that you don't have to get up early. You don't have to,
True.
just take. I mean, you can, but you can also play a really tight back and forth game the whole game. And as long as you have even just a 1 point lead with like a minute left, you can cover these lines with free throws, which I think we actually saw last night. Now I can't remember which game it was off the top of my head, but I think Portland covered St. Mary's. They were down, by 3 or 4 most of the game. It stayed right there, tied with a few minutes left. I had Portland -3.5, and Portland covered -3.5 with free throws at the end. So that's my favorite thing about these low lines, compared to those lines like Gonzaga yesterday where they really have to blow them out. But my best bet on the board is one of those lines that definitely could see a backdoor cover. Seton Hall, when we tweeted out -20.5 over Butler, that's already moved as of this recording. It's 10:36 Central Time to -21.5. I still like it there. Our model has it at -26, so I would take it even up to maybe -23.5 if it keeps moving Butler's been one of those teams that I think has been pretty generous to bettors when we bet against them. Other than that one game where you bet on Butler and I bet against them and you won, I still don't know how you hit that. But great play on your part. I think it was a few weeks ago against Villanova.
Yeah, I just felt like it was going to be a low-scoring game, and they backdoor covered for me. I was really appreciative of the Bulldogs, but I do feel bad for them. But I think it's one of those years. They're young. They're going to get better. But, yes, they've been very generous to us all year.
Yes, definitely. And Seton Hall has been a pretty good team to bet on lately as well. Again, this is a line that is always vulnerable to those backdoor covers. But I took 1.5 units on Seton Hall minus 20.5. It's moved up to, like I said, 21.5. I would still take at least a unit there, probably a unit on 22.5. So this is my best bet on the board today.
So the Her Hoop Stats play of the day is a model play with Lehigh at American. The Her Hoop Stats model has Lehigh favored by 8. The spread was 3.5 when Calvin tweeted his plays this morning. It's already moved to 4.5. We still like it at Her Hoop Stats, so jump on that to tell Her Hoop Stats, and hopefully we'll make some good money today. But either way, it's a good reminder. Follow Her Hoop Stats on Twitter. Calvin tweets all the plays, usually before noon Eastern, probably earlier than that, right when the lines get posted. So you won't miss a move that you don't want to have. Lines are moving much quicker than usual, especially at the end of the year as volume increases. So make sure to give it a follow. We posted the Twitter @s all on this page below, and you can find it on all our links and in the description of the video.
Yeah, and definitely, I actually don't even really know how Twitter works with these alerts and all this stuff, but if you can can you set up alerts for hashtags? I don't know if you can do that.
Oh, that's a good question.
You can't do that. If you can, then do that with hashtag WetzBets. We always hashtag WetzBets, Wets with a Z and Bets with an S. And we also hashtag gambling Twitter, but everyone hashtags gambling Twitter. So if you look for that one, you're going to find every, Twitter handicapper in the world. If you look for the hashtag WetzBets, you will find all of our posts and nothing but our posts, which is exactly what you were looking for. So make sure to keep an eye out for that hashtag. And if you hate betting, then block that hashtag because that's what it's going to show up in. So hashtag WetzBets, which is the name of the show, the WetzBets Show.
Absolutely. And a reminder, sign up for a year subscription or hoopstats.com. You can get every piece of data you could possibly need. It's only $20 a year. So, literally less than $3 a month. Super good deal. I use it daily. It's super informational, not just for gambling purposes, but to learn more about the women's game and some of the awesome teams and players that we have coming up in the country today. Also for WNBA as well.
Yeah, lots of WNBA salary cap info on there. Lots of really valuable data. And the model, too. If you're a gambler, I sort of sift through and find the best plays. And I don't bet on every game. I know you don't either, which is why, we were able to hit closer to probably 60%. But in order to be a profitable gambler, you really have to hit 52.5%, right, to make up for that juice. And if you just blindly bet our model all year, you would be hitting at least a little bit over 52.5, maybe 53, 54. So maybe not quite as high of a return as being more selective, but you'd still be profitable just blindly betting the model. So go sign up for that model. Go sign up for the website. You get the model, you get the data, you get the WNBA, you get all of it for $20 a year. Excellent price. Yeah. All right, well, this has been the WetzBets Show. It's been fun hanging out with you guys. Make sure to go place your bets, and we'll be back with you tomorrow.